It is entitled Naturan de Manto, roughly translated, Book of the Dead.
Oh, come. Oh, you can hear its faint echo right now. I'm here to turn up the volume. To press the stinking face of humanity into the dark blood of its own secret heart. Oh, it's unbearable, isn't it? The suffering of strangers, the agony of friends. There is a secret song at the center of the world, Joey. And its sound is like razors through flesh.
Podcast, on the last. Grab a mask.
Good fast.
So it's over, cracking the brew.
Going fast. Cigarette?
No, thanks. So where were you yesterday, Donald? We were going to do a podcast yesterday. You bailed on us.
I was on.
You left us hanging.
I went on.
Sat here for like 3 hours downloading clips.
What's
going on?
I went on a safari at Niles.
Like the Nile River?
Took 40. No.
Oh.
No. They're shutting down at the end of the month, so it's like the last time to go. All the animals are going to.
What is it?
In South Carolina.
What kind of safaris in
It's
Ohio?
like a trail. You go. You get a ticket, and then you get on this little. Well, it's not little. This gigantic like tank fucking thing, and the driver is telling you, "Hey, this animal, this."
I went to one of those. It's almost
like a reservation, like a.
No, it's actually
animal
like
sanctuary.
Yeah, not like a zoo, but they have like a petting part you can go into and like pet the baby goats and stuff and the cows.
Yeah.
And all that stuff.
They drive you through, and you have like camels and shit following you.
Yeah.
But
fucking
camels.
bulls, longhorn.
Yeah, there's
they have
camels,
all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
All kinds of shit. Llamas,
zebras,
any kind of fucking zebras bite.
They got a liger.
No, they didn't have a liger.
But they're literally like running around with each other. So when I was there was one fight between the animals, but they come
see it like a tiger and kick down a gazelle or a.
Oh, that'd be sweet. They didn't have any tigers.
Impala.
But the animals come like right up to the cart.
Yeah, you get a bucket. You can feed them. If you want.
Yeah, I've been. There's one I went to, and it was the Tiger Sanctuary of Ohio.
That'd be awesome.
And they had a liger, and they said that they don't live long. They have bad genetics because they're crossbred animals, and that they grow big though. They're like bigger than a lion and bigger than a tiger. But their genetics are so bad that they don't have long lives.
Huh.
Yeah, I've never seen one, but I went to the Ohio Animal Sanctuary. It's called, and they had some like big cats there, but the one coolest one was a black panther, and it had bright blue eyes, and it was like playing hide and seek. When I walked over to the cage, it was like hiding, and it would peek out and look at me. And that one was really cool.
The one I went to was called Noah's Ark.
Yeah, that's where that was.
Oh, they had down the one whole side is nothing but giant cages filled with lions and tigers. In the one liger.
Holy shit.
And they have bears, turtles, like old ancient tortoises.
Yeah.
In this spot, they have like weird shit too. They have a couple wolves. They have like all kinds of crazy shit there too.
Shit went there.
And just dumb shit too. Goats and fucking go anywhere say goat.
You can't
fucking.
you can't pet any of them there.
Now you can
but,
feed some of the animals.
animals.
Yeah, and you get to watch them run around, and even where the wolves are. When I was there, it was a huge cage outside, and so you could watch.
Yeah,
them.
they have like a big area, and then they had like a caged off walking area to another area for the wolves.
Uh-huh.
And it's all on the left side, like when you walk in, it's
Yeah.
nothing but wolves down that side.
Yeah, this was just a small.
And then like 2 bears.
But you could pet everything. You could pet the bulls. They had it was a cow mixed with a freaking crap.
Donkey.
I can't remember what it was. No, they crossed the breed because they were. He said it's like
Look like that.
no, but they crossbreeded them because they were hoping they would get a better tasting meat out of it.
Wait, what else has good meat though?
It was a cow and a bison.
Pig. Oh.
No, it was a cow and a bison. Because he said the name over the.
Bison's so fucking good.
Yeah, he said it over the speaker. I don't remember what he called it. Whether it was a Tyson or I mean, it wasn't a vowel.
Calcin.
Calcin. It might have been. I don't know.
A brow.
But he said they made 3 of them, and like you were saying, the crossbreed didn't work out. They were just dying because they didn't know what
They wanted to be.
They have one. Yeah, they have one there that's left, and it's got this gigantic hump on the back. It looks fucking weird.
Are you gonna eat it?
I don't know.
I want to
It might be one of the ones that they shipped. They had a list, like when you got off of the ride after they went through the whole thing. The only thing you couldn't pet was the zebras and the ostriches because they're fucking
Oh yeah, they're
angry.
Yeah.
and the zebras bite. But when you went back and you got off, they had a list, and you could put your name on a waiting list to buy one of the animal, whether it was a pig or the llama or whatever,
Buy
or
zebra.
an ostrich or a zebra. Yeah,
You buy a zebra?
They're selling all their animals.
I thought it was illegal to have like exotic animals.
Whatever they don't sell is going to a shelter or a zoo in North Carolina when they close at the end of the month.
Oh damn. They're going to Tiger King.
Is that where he's at?
No, his biggest competitor was there. He
Oh,
owns a
they might.
giant thing. He's got elephants and shit.
Oh damn. I don't know. It might be. He said it's some new zoo that just opened, so it could be a descendant of
Yeah,
that
yeah.
company or whatever.
That dude's like a multi-millionaire. He has like 6 wives. And all like younger. He just buys them. It's weird.
That safari thing was cool when I went. No, I thought Noah's Ark was cooler because you actually get to walk around and like look in the cages at the animals.
And they have crazy shit.
And then also the Ohio Bird Sanctuary. That I didn't expect it for a bird sanctuary, but that place was amazing too. They had one bird that was like as tall as me,
What the fuck was
sitting
that?
in a cage. It was some kind of Japanese bird. It said Japanese something. I don't remember exactly what it was called. And then the owls too were cool as
Owls are
fuck.
sweet.
They had it's called, I think, dwarf owls, but the one was literally like
dwarf.
this big. It looked like
It
a
was
little
full
Furby.
grown. Full
Yeah,
grown.
it was full grown. It looked like a little toy. It looked like a Furby because it was so like fluffy. It looked like a little Furby.
Like the owl shit in school that we had to dissect, like open it up and
Shit.
owl shit. Yeah, you don't remember doing that?
Like that's like ow shit.
Yeah,
Like
like
poop?
their actual shit,
And dig
and you had to
through
dig through their shit.
No.
I thought it was like a stone that they throw up after they
Oh, it might
eat.
be. I know it's
And-
something in there.
but
right?
yeah, they did that where you have to dissect it. But I thought it
I didn't go
was
to school.
the
Oh,
owl.
yeah,
I
he
don't remember
remembers
that.
The owl like
The only
throws
day he went.
the owl
It might have been.
throws it
Like a
up.
hairball.
Yeah, like a hairball.
But it was like
It's not just owls.
steel
Lots,
wool.
lots of birds. They'll eat pebbles and rocks on purpose because it helps them digest their food. When they eat whole worms and shit like that, the rocks in there acts like a filter for it to break against inside their stomach.
Part of it, though, I think why they were having kids like dissect it, because you could find like metal pieces in there. You'd find
Just eat
pieces
weird
of like
shit.
actual diamond.
Yeah,
Coins
they eat all bunch of
and-
shit.
Yeah, the crows too. They're like coins.
I swear it was shit though. I might be wrong though. I don't know. I remember doing it though.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, I thought it.
Where they get all
I
this
thought it was something
food
they
from.
threw up. but it's almost in like a stone
Someone's out there
form. But
squeezing owl butts to get shit out of them. So this for the kids.
Well, I know after they eat, they do throw up almost like a hairball, but it's not just a hairball
it's all
because
that
there's
shit.
so much.
I remember it being like steel woolish though, like it was like tough.
Well, that ain't
get
their
out
shit,
of
because
freaking-
birds have one hole for both things. So that's why their shit's always liquid.
Oh, then you're probably right. It probably wasn't a
Their-
hairball thing.
Their excrement is both
That's weird.
piss and shit.
Yeah, 'cause there's still people that do that with the like stones that they throw up. They'll like dissect
through 'em.
it to see what's
As long as
in
it works.
I want to catch an owl.
Yeah, I want to squeeze one.
Make it throw up. Punch it in the stomach.
it.
Ow!
Puke.
How many licks did?
The coolest thing with the owls though was that dwarf owl, because every time somebody would walk up to the cage, it would go hide back in like the dark corner. So I kept testing it because when I'd stand right there in front of the cage, it would walk right up to the front of the cage, just staring at me. And as soon as I would step away or somebody else would come up right there, it would go right back to the dark corner where you couldn't even see it back there. So I started testing it, moving back and letting people move in front of me, and it would just stay back there in the dark corner. As soon as I would move in front of them, right in front of the cage, it would come walking right back up to the front of the cage every single time.
Because you don't have any soul.
Because the fly was down. That was the food.
It's the size of their puke.
Well, I mean that's besides the point.
So yeah,
Alright,
we did that, and then she's like, "Well, let's go to dinner after this." And I was like, "All right, another couple more hours." But my
Yeah,
ass, my legs
wasted.
hurt. Yeah, and we went to Texas Roadhouse, and it took like 2 hours.
Which one did you go to? In Niles?
The one in Niles.
Yeah.
Yeah. It took fucking so long. I was like, I haven't been there for a while, and they have awesome food.
Is that the one where they have the bread with the cinnamon butter they bring over?
Yeah.
I get that one and the other one mixed up. The
Longhorn.
I think it might be Longhorn. One of them. What's the other one? They have peanuts. You just leave the show. You just break them apart.
Yeah, that's Texas Roadhouse.
That's Roadhouse.
Yeah, they have a bucket of peanuts on the table.
Okay, well, not that one, but the other one. They had the blooming onion.
Yeah.
They have them at both,
that's,
actually.
That's Longhorn.
That's
But
Longhorn.
they have a blooming onion there too.
Yeah, they have them at both.
I've
That's my
I've
favorite.
never been to a long
Never got that
Dude.
before. Just because
Dude,
I've been to a roadhouse.
It's almost like home fries.
like a deep fried.
It's almost like home fries with the sauce, the tangy, zesty sauce they have with it. Dude, you gotta try it. You'll have to try it. I know you don't like onions, but dude, it's amazing.
Is
way better than
Longhorn like just as good?
It is about the same. It's expensive though.
Yeah, it's super expensive.
Like they're better known for their bigger steaks. If you're going for a steak, they have the bigger steak.
Yeah. What's cool about Texas Roadhouse though, when you go in, they have like a glass case that has all their meat in it. Like if you want a special
Oh,
steak,
yeah,
you
yeah,
can just
you
pick
can
like,
pick
I
it,
want
yeah.
that kind of meat right there.
Yeah.
And they had some fucking like monstrosity fucking steaks.
All right, so let me keep you sitting here.
And then I got
I'm
one
waiting for
5
hours, wondering what's going on. Petting goats and
Yeah.
eating steaks. What did you have for dinner last night, Keith?
I had a burger.
Oh, you had a burger?
Yeah.
What'd you get? The Western bacon burger?
Bacon burger.
Yeah.
I finished my Domino's sandwich last night.
Ooh, name drop.
Had a salad.
Sponsor. Did you for real?
Yeah. I love salad.
Was it good though?
It was awesome.
Like chicken salad or?
No, I had the chicken one before. It was gross. This one's just.
I like Caesar salad.
That's what I had chicken Caesar salad before. I don't like Caesar dressing. I always do Italian on that. And the Italian with the chicken's cold.
Oh
So-
no.
Cold chicken. So this one was just tomatoes, red onion, cheese, and
No
lettuce. That was it. tomatoes, onion, and cheese in a bowl. No dressing. Alright, so we were going over maybe the topic for today's podcast, and there's a couple of news stories that are kind of stupid and not worth talking about, but one I really caught me was, it happened over a month ago, but just 2 weeks ago, they're still haven't caught the suspect, and there's this crazy conspiracy, and it's the Georgia Guidestones. Anyone know the one of
They
the
got the
5
written on them.
pillars, and they're written in
Yeah.
6 different languages, and
Yeah.
someone blew it up. Someone
then they
set a
tore it
bomb
down.
on it and blew out one of the pillars, and then everyone's like, alright, just ripping it all down. And on camera was caught the person walking up to it, and their car was
Right.
caught on camera, but they still haven't found them. So did they want them taken down? And they said it was for if there was a major cataclysmic event that the world would have to start over, what you should do. But super right religious people are saying that it was the Satanist monument, saying that, oh, it's the New World Order, saying that your population should be this much, you should, certain limits on a bunch of shit.
Which were well beyond that limit.
Well, this is saying that if we die off, how we should start over to be a better civilization. Saying that there should only be this many people in the world, but it's not saying that they plan to kill people so that there can be that many people in the world.
Not only
It's
too
only
is that
if the world ends, then it has to start over.
also though, not only is that not gonna happen just the way the humanity works, but that didn't work even in China a long time ago when they were trying to limit people
You can't
to
stop
shit.
people from fucking.
You get a fucking cup of rice a day to feed your entire family off of.
Oh yeah. Well, it's working. They're even stricter now. China is super fucking crazy. Super
Scan the
fucking
QR
crazy.
codes.
Like, they are strict on everything. You're not allowed to have an extra drop of water more than someone else. Like, that would be terrifying to live there.
Yeah.
And the only news you get is what they let you hear.
Mhm.
You have no outside world connection but what the government tells you.
Right.
And of course they're gonna fucking lie to you to keep you. I mean, to me, in the end, what's the point of a civilization or a government that's communist to have people? Well, I do understand it from if you're above all of them to keep them lower than you nonstop. You always keep them, beaten down. But in the end, you know it will fail. It will always fail. And then who's to say if like fucking 10 million people are like, all right, fuck this, let's get out of here.
That's
and you just lose your population where they were working for you, making the money for you, technically slaves.
Yeah.
Well, they pretty much are, and that's why most of the Chinese who do have some money above other ones are trying to come here, which, I mean, I don't blame them, but China is becoming just like North Korea.
Yeah. And even worse because it's on such a bigger scale. They have so many people that they're just indentured servants to the government.
Mm-hmm.
But the Georgia Guidestones is like, I forget what it is, 6, 7 different languages. So no matter what, if America itself was wiped out and other people came here that didn't speak English, they could find one of the stones.
Yeah, and didn't have a secret box underneath.
It was supposed to be a time capsule buried underneath, but they said that it's not there.
Oh, of course.
2 weeks ago they said, they said that there's nothing in there. But written on the stones in every one of the languages says at a certain time, this time capsule will be revealed to everyone.
And when I heard the story, I was thinking that too. Maybe they just haven't found it, that it is there, or perhaps that was the whole. That might have been the whole point of the bomb. The person who set the bomb may have came back and taken that capsule.
Or someone who knew about the capsule said, "Hey, I'll pay you to go blow this shit up." Yeah, because they knew it was there. They're like, hey, I'll pay you to go blow this shit up. And they're like, I'll give you like $100,000 if you go put this bomb over there and fucking take off. Just because I want to figure out what's under there. Not only that, the person that designed it, his name's never been revealed, ever. The guy who built it gave it the trust to someone else that helped him build it, and that guy said, I can never say who it is.
I thought I did hear a name.
And even now, there's a company that manages the property, that takes care of it. That guy doesn't have any clue who it was, who did it, who built the thing. And the only other person they found that did know, the guy that helped him supply the stone, they went to him. And he's like, I said I could never say anything, and I won't. No one will ever know.
No one knows where this guy is either. No.
Maybe. But that's like weird. Like, or was it as simple as some crazy Christian thinking that it's a Satanist fucking, I'm gonna go blow this fucking thing up. No fucking, because it's in Georgia and lots of fucking crazy Christians are Baptists
or was it potentially an like ancestor of the original creator, like somebody that's around now
who wanted to get into
knows their family was the one that created it, and they're like, well, it's going too far, being taken too literal now, so.
But
maybe,
no one's taking it literal. It's only, it's not even that anyone even follows anything that's on there. It's only a guideline if the world ended. If the world were to end, how to rebuild a civilization.
And weren't they destroying it like the next day?
Oh yeah, it's like, oh, it's unsafe.
Yeah, they have bulldozers all there.
Yeah, knock it down.
Hours.
But here, let's. There's a little clippy clip here. This one's a short one.
Finally, a way to build your website.
Finally, just what we were looking for. Ads. Skip ads.
Behold, the Georgia Guidestones. These granite monoliths mysteriously appeared about 40 years ago. And if you're thinking aliens or a cult or even the 10 Commandments, well, you're not the only one. Just ask this guy.
You take pictures of it. You get a blue board. You put your hand down in there like this and look through it. All of energy comes through that sucker, man.
Things at this southern Stonehenge are about to get totally weird. These granite slabs are on a farm outside of Atlanta, and no one knows exactly what they're doing here.
In future generations, they will wonder, who put those stones there? Why did they put those stones there?
Hudson Cohen was here from the beginning, 1979. He took these photos as the Guidestones went up, 19 feet high, 250,000 pounds, and built to withstand an earthquake. The 4 slabs of granite each have 10 guiding principles of truth and harmony. They're inscribed in English, Russian, Chinese, Arabic. The list of languages goes on. But what does it all mean?
First off, whoever did design it, before the internet existed, how did they know to translate it into all those languages? Or did they know all those languages? They would have to. I mean, I'm sure there were translation books that you can get from, but to get it exact, word for word, translation books aren't even like that exact.
Right.
People, some would say it was some kind of Satan worship shrine and it ought to be torn down. And I've had others say it was the holiest spot on earth and the Holy Grail was buried under there. Some people think it's a beacon to UFOs.
Hudson is one of the only people to meet the man who knows the true meaning. His name is R.C. Christian, and he paid for this all to be built. And wouldn't you know it, R.C. Christian is a fake name.
He was very concerned about the environment.
Do you think he could still be alive?
Probably not. I'd say early to mid-70s then. I'm not saying he couldn't be alive, but he'd been an awful old man.
Even the people who built the Georgia Guidestones say that they don't even know for sure why R.C. Christian wanted this. Not even Wayne Mullinax, who sold 5 acres of his cow pasture to make space for the Stones.
My house from here is about 600, maybe 700 feet down there, and we didn't have a problem unless somebody was going to come and sacrifice one of my cows, then I would have had a problem.
Did that happen?
No, it did not, but I did get nervous several times.
Mostly what's happened is a constant flow of tourists to Georgia's granite country. That's what this region is known for.
We do headstones and things of that nature, monuments, we do war memorials and things like that, but this really is one of the largest.
The Guidestones bring about 10,000 people a year to a town with a population of only about 4,500.
People all the way from Australia and China.
With all the tourism, is it possible that R.C. Christian was someone from Elberton that simply wanted to promote the area?
I'm thinking probably not, just because there was no marketing done really after the Guidestones were erected. If you're going to put up something of this nature, then you're going to market that, right? You're going to tell everyone.
One of R.C. Christian's conditions was that there'd be no tourist attractions on the land. No t-shirt shops or crystal necklace stands. But there's no stopping the cosmically curious and the theories they bring with them.
I try to get up there 3 to 5 times a week. The real secret is under there. At some point, these will come down. There's a time capsule right under there.
There's actually been a lot of speculation about the existence of that buried time capsule.
There's some things you just don't tell everything.
Do you think it's there?
Let's just say I'm not going to answer that.
What's supposed to be in it?
Well, a lot of times there's capsules in different places with different things in it. And that could be the true identity to the group that Mr. Christian represents.
Maybe the time capsule's buried somewhere but not there.
I didn't say that.
That's just my speculation.
Say that.
Whatever the reason, these slabs are built strong enough to stand on this earth longer than any of us, leaving a future generation guessing.
It's like looking at a painting. You can see the painting, but you don't know what the painter really meant. Whatever it means to you is what it means. There's no right or wrong.
Well, that was weird. Shout out.
Well, it was weird too when that dude was saying
Mentioned the time capsule. I'm not going to say anything about it.
yeah, and when he said too that it might be buried somewhere else, and that dude's like, I didn't say that. And
That's just my speculation.
well, for him to respond that that's just my speculation, and then he repeats that I didn't say that.
Yeah.
That something about that seems a little suspicious.
Yeah.
Right there.
Like, there's some things you just don't say everything about the things. Dang it, Bopper. Answer the question.
Shut up.
But, I don't know. I mean, maybe someone, it could also be not just some right-wing person or someone who thought that there was something under there. It could just be some crazy fuck
Oh,
who's
absolutely.
just like, oh, someone said about a time capsule, I'm just going to blow the fucking thing up. And just went and did it.
That might be all it is.
But that dude said it might not even be there. And he said, I didn't say that right away. So
And
it's probably
for
not
that
even
dude
buried.
to act defensive like
Yeah.
that
It's on his property
is
somewhere.
suspicious to me.
Or it could be
Yeah.
just buried somewhere close by.
That was kind of my thoughts.
Maybe because it is directly aligned with the winter and summer solstice. That when the sun rises and you look through the hole when you're standing on whatever side it is that you're on, you see the sun pass right through a direct drilled hole. That means they took into account measurements of the planet and the stars' alignments with the planet to build it. It's not just a bunch of stones thrown up there And with that was writings in on the it. 70s when he designed it.
that and what makes it seem that way too, like it could still be very close around there, is the fact that they bought 5 acres of
Yeah.
property from that farmer.
Yeah.
That takes up less than an acre for where the stones
So it might
are.
be super close by. Like maybe you have to follow one of the stars when it shines through it, or
on the winter or summer solstice, wherever the sun lines up with it and casts light through or a shadow through, maybe it's buried in that spot.
Or when it
Because
was,
if they went through all this trouble, you would think you would make it a lot harder than just,
yeah.
oh, it's underneath it.
Well, you don't think nobody's gonna tear down granite either.
Yeah.
Then it could be anywhere around there because there's still over 4 acres of property not accounted
Yeah.
for what
That's
they
the size
bought
of this.
for.
So it could be,
that.
and the 5 guidestones is less than what the house takes up on this property. So it could be anywhere
Exactly,
around there.
and that doesn't seem like much, but that's a
A
lot of fucking
area.
property.
Yeah.
It could be anywhere in there.
Or if when they knocked it over, when they were digging it up, they did find it. And not because this was
Yeah.
prior to. So after they knocked it over, they did find it now.
And they're saying they
They're
did.
saying they didn't find it, now the government has it.
But why would, like Keith was saying, why would this guy immediately, as soon as that guy said, well, maybe it's not even buried here. I didn't say that. Like, he wanted him to not even put that out there.
Instantly.
So maybe it's not underneath, just like that dude said, because he got so defensive about it. And it is something more complicated. Because you have to be super intelligent to go through and write all those languages out, all those details out, figure out how to stack it, how to make it perfect. And no one says that he worked with anybody else, just the company he bought the stones from helped him put it together.
Right.
And that was his friend that he knew. That's how he could get the stones. But him inscribing and carving in them alone, that to me is a highly intelligent person. And to go through all the trouble of having it line up with the winter and summer solstice would make me believe that he would do something way more intelligent than just bury it underneath. Yeah. I think he would be like, okay, let me think of something else. Where should I bury this at?
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, oh, there's something buried underneath. I'm going to blow it up.
The whole setup of that's like some Edgar Allan Poe shit. Like that like kind of mindset. Like he thought like that to come up with that entire idea anyway.
That's
And
more than Edgar Allan Poe. That's more like fucking Egypt. It's more like he had some insight to something that nobody else did. It's a giant monolith. It's more than just writings, you know. It's more than just coming up with good writings or
Exactly.
Or was he in touch with somebody when he was younger
that knew
something, and now he's 70 and he's like, oh shit, I'm about to die. I need to get this fucking done.
Could be.
Or
There's so many scenarios.
maybe the entire idea came from because maybe he was visited by extraterrestrials. That
Could be. Oh, I wonder where it lines up. Longitude and latitude.
Ooh, that's a good
Latitude.
one.
Latitude and latitude. Because that's where all the main fucking cities of ancient history have all been aligned, not just longitude and latitude, but with the stars themselves. So I wonder if you look up on some kind of map, it would have to be kind of, no, you can just get height to figure out the sun position certain times a year for it to line up. But let's
I bet you could find it.
let's see.
it's still like some. It could be like some ancient aliens type shit.
Let's see. Images or maps? Let's do maps. And we just zoom out as far as we can go. Parking, attraction, all that shit. Let's just Google Maps. It's not gonna fucking do shit. Oh fuck. That's as far as it'll let you go. Okay, 1,000 miles is this length of the water here. No, that's not say shit. I need to actually go to Google Earth. And what's this? I'm gonna Google Earth. Google Earth. One of them.
Oh, now you gotta go through the whole thing.
Well, it should just let me punch
Oh.
in Do it. There it is. Should have brightened up the screen a little more.
Guidestone Road Northwest.
More info.
Name the road after it.
Find location to the back out. Let's so you guys can see.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. Screen's so dark now. I thought it would help with some, but I'm trying to figure out where to get longitude and latitude. Water check, what's that? I'll never get on this thing.
Maybe just type in Georgia Guidestones, longitude, latitude.
It's probably not gonna tell you on here.
What's wrong? This will tell you. Wait, just like in the regular search bar.
Alright. This way. I think global positioning might should have fucking shown something. Oh wait,
Right here.
Wikipedia. Oh there.
Shut up.
Alright, what does it say here? So you only map coordinates. GPS coordinates. What is fuck? Garbage.
Wouldn't map coordinates be where you would be?
Just takes me to fucking another page.
Oh, right here.
Yeah, latitude 34 degrees, 13, 15, 55.14 north. Longitude negative 82 degrees. Can I zoom out on the map? Show latitude and longitude lines. Oh wait, hold on. Let's copy. Paste. Let's see if anything changes. Nope. Whoa, pretty sweet view. Well, we learned nothing. Except what we look like upside down.
Then when you zoomed in on it, right behind it is a church, and they chose to blow up the stones.
They probably built it because they're so scared of it fucking.
Yeah.
If you keep, it's down here now. The picture was
Oh, there's one right here.
flipped around. Yeah, Concord.
Right here.
Oh,
Never
right.
said it.
Another one over there.
Jesus. So
Oh,
there's
Baptist.
some crazy ass fucking
You know, they got all these churches. I need to.
It's surrounded by fucking churches.
All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. We got some stories to get into, and we got a couple things to cover.
In the stories.
We're gonna do some old childhood memories. A trip down memory lane. There will be blood.
Lots
There'll
of
be suppressed
suppressed
crying.
memories.
Lots. Some suppressed memories might get triggered. Be right back. Oh shit.
Oh shit.